Tell all my business. There's nothing about me that you don't know. I was a hoe. Okay. I was an addict. All right.
Come on,
I did all of it.
Look, that's freedom, y'all.
So you
that's
can go and tell somebody that.
People, please stop telling everybody all of your business, okay? It is one thing to open up and be vulnerable, to be transparent. Maybe you need to get something off your chest sometime, because we all do, right? But understand, vulnerability has its place and its limits, right? And there's a duality. You should always be trying to seek some kind of balance in everything that you do, including talking, especially when you talking and telling all of your business, right? Because it absolutely does not serve you any good purpose to tell all of your business.
Tell it, just tell it. Tell it.
On these social platforms, on the internet, or anywhere else, right, for that matter, exposing yourself, being so-called transparent, totally transparent. Most people that do that, they are actually foolishly seeking attention because they care too much about what others think about them, right? Or either they have some kind of mental imbalance of some sort, right? And they don't even know any better. Or they are downright liars. They not telling all their business, right? Because they telling just enough to make them appear to be more transparent, to be more trustworthy, right? Because that's what it's all about today, to make yourself appear to be better or look better than somebody else. So that's what they doing. And either way, it doesn't make you sneaky or secretive or any of that, right? Just like it doesn't make the person who's willing to be so-called, transparent and tell all their business. It don't make them noble. It don't make them honorable necessarily, right? Or trustworthy. It may make them appear to be those things, right? And certain actions that we take, it actually makes us naive and gullible, right? It puts us in a situation where we become victims. And I do understand that a lot of people nowadays love to play victim, right? But either way, it don't mean that you have anything that you're ashamed of or anything that you're trying to hide because you value your privacy. Or maybe you just understand that sometimes some people, right, enjoy bonding over misery and messiness. Or it could be that you've witnessed firsthand, you've seen how people will take what they know or what they think they know about you, right? And attempt to weaponize it against you.
I talked to Nipsey and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought, Big, you gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey.
Tell it, just tell it.
This is for male and female. Just stop telling all these secret agent, nosy mold motherfuckers all of your business so that they can have someone to talk about and or tell on, right? And again, it don't have to be anything that you are necessarily ashamed of, nor anything that you're trying to hide. It's just that you understand all your business ain't everybody's damn business, right? And all these lying ass people that will sit around and act like, they're just so honest and they're so trustworthy and they're being transparent by telling all of their business.
Tell it, just tell it.
Truth is, most of those people are trying to more align themselves with society, right? Because they could never stand alone, right? They're trying to be identifiable and more relatable, right? And if those things can't happen for you naturally or don't happen for you naturally, it may be a sign that you are actually meant to stand out. Stop trying to fit in, to be accepted, right? Giving too many fucks about what other people think about you, right? And allowing them to inspire you to tell all your business, right? Because they are now willing to confess, truths that society is now accepting of.
It is the trick of the enemy. Tell it. Tell all my business. Nothing about me that you don't know. I was a hoe. Okay. I was an addict.
And so what what I mean when I say confessing to more truths that's acceptable by society, it's like, yeah, nowadays more people are willing to confess to more things, right? Like nowadays, a woman is more willing to confess that she is or that she has been a whore and she sleep around, right? More people are willing to, confess to being addicted to drugs or having some kind of addiction of some sort, sex addiction, any kind of addiction, right? More people are willing to admit to them being homosexuals, engaging in same-sex, relationships, right, than ever before. More people are admitting that. And there are people that's admitting to, how they've screwed behind their mother, sister, cousin, and best friend. And that is because of evolution. Society has now evolved to where we are able to reveal more partial truths about ourselves.
House. He's actually got video and footage of it, so y'all know what y'all dealing with.
But there was a time when women would not dare speak of sleeping around or being a hoe. And it wasn't necessarily that they were ashamed of themselves as much as it was that they knew and understood that society wasn't ready to be accepting of those so-called truths. Not yet, right? And women that was abused, they would not speak up and say anything. Homosexuals, they wouldn't dare speak of their sexual preference. And again, it wasn't so much that they were ashamed of themselves, but it had more to do with them knowing that society did not look favorable upon that lifestyle and that society was not ready to accept those so-called truths.
Whack, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff.
Tell all my business.
So let me ask this. Why aren't most people transparent enough to talk and tell about how they are pervs or how you know that your husband or your wife, your girlfriend or your boyfriend have some kind of sick thoughts about children? You know this and yet you still cover for them, right? And the very fact that 2 out of every 10 children have been or will be abused, that lets me know that it's a whole lot of sick MFers out here. And I'm saying, why aren't we transparently talking about that? Or why aren't you confessing how you are a con man or a con woman, right? Stealing money from the community, the pulpit pimps, the poverty pimps, right? Or how you are just a messy liar. How your parents may have caught you doing some kind of sick shit to your siblings. Or let's just keep it simple. Why aren't you telling us about that jealous, envious, hate-filled, vengeful heart of yours, right? And it's not that these aren't a part of your truths as well, but you wouldn't in a million years readily admit to those because you know society reject and even hate those character traits right now. And so my thoughts are, don't let your family, your friends, nor the powers that should not be convince you or shame you into believing that it's some kind of cool trend to be telling all your business.
Tell it, just tell it.
So naive to believe that people are actually telling you all of their business, making themselves open and totally vulnerable to you, because most people are not doing that. They are telling you just what they want you to know. They are telling you just enough so that they can appear to be, a little bit more of a better person than you, right? So that they can appear to be more real than you, maybe even more tough or strong, than you, right? Or maybe even more trustworthy or honest than you. People are usually telling you just enough to mask their real identity, their true selves. Because honestly, before this internet, I didn't even know that it was a popular thing to tell all your business.
Tell all my business. I was a hoe. Okay. I was an addict.
All right. And this government knew exactly what they were doing, right? Because for all those that are foolishly seeking attention, you are now the envy of the law, both local and federal. And we must not forget or leave out your enemies, both known and unknown. And I just gotta ask, why would you think it's okay or cool to place yourself in such a defeatable position, right? Because this is more of what the truth looked like when you tell all your business, when you are totally transparent and talk too much.
Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey.
More murders than you got squabbles in the hood. Dead homies. Yeah, those that you got squabbles in.
Did DNA come back?
They came back 2 months ago.
Still ain't arrested?
Now they told me between me and you, please, black one, between me and you, don't tell nobody because they don't want nobody to know. They're going to be making an arrest the end of March, the beginning of April.
So this is gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses.
Few moments later.
Just in, the FBI says that South LA crime boss Eugene Big U Henley is now in custody.
Could face life in prison.
Most of the people telling you to tell all your business, they are more than likely doing the exact opposite. And the ones that are foolish enough to think that it's cool or it's some kind of popular trend to tell all your business, discuss all your business, right? Incriminate yourself on these platforms because they chasing clout, because little Johnny wants to be a star. They are literally selling their whole entire souls for $1 and some attention. I just say, please think twice, right, before you speak, and then still be quiet. Because for all the ones trying to act like they're the most honest, they the most transparent, or they the realest, well, I just say no. They are only as real as society allows their fake asses to be.
Tell it, just tell it.
If you enjoyed this video, I'd like to ask you to go ahead and hit that like button. Do consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. I thank everyone for watching, and with that being said, I'll be back with more unpopular thoughts.
More murders than you got squabbles in the hood. Dead homies. Yeah, those that you got